And the answer to that is so simple, it's unbelievable, and that is wash your hands. Okay? Hand hygiene is the most crucial element in preventing healthcare associated infection, and it should be such a simple thing to do, and we know that it's actually very badly done. It's not done consistently, it's not done correctly, people forget or they're challenged by time or other demands, and so infections spread. But the most important thing that clinical staff can do to reduce the transmission of infections that can be really serious for patients who are vulnerable is to maintain good hand hygiene. There's lots of other components around and about standard infection prevention precautions, and the WHO has lots of guidelines around and about that, and also issues around and about transmission, trying to prevent transmission of infections. The WHO has identified that one of the major global health challenges is antimicrobial resistance. So there's real genuine concern that in 20 years' time we won't have antibiotics available to fight really common infections. So infections we have now that can be treated easily by antibiotics will not be able to be treated in future, and that's an apocalyptic type scenario. So it's really important that we have good stewardship or good management around antibiotic prescribing, but that we do our absolute best to try and prevent the transmission of infections or organisms from patient to patient. And the most important thing nurses can do is wash their hands. One of the concerns around and about antimicrobial resistance is that pharmaceutical companies, so drug companies, are not investing in research to identify new antibiotics. So it's not been seen as an area for growth, whereas lots of other areas of drug production, like cancer treatments, are very profitable for drug companies, antibiotics less so. So there are recently been much fewer new antibiotics come onto the market, and those antibiotics that we have, bugs are really clever and they're becoming resistant to, and so there's nothing new in the pipeline. So there is a recognition that there needs to be more investment in development of antibiotics, and I think that that has been recognised and companies are picking it up. But in addition to looking for new drugs, we also need to look at the other aspect of that, and it is very simple things like reducing spread of infection, and very basic things like hand hygiene or screening patients properly to see if they're carrying infections, carrying organisms that can cause infections, and managing those patients properly, because there's an over-reliance on antibiotics that's led us now to the situation that we're in with major and global antimicrobial resistance. So we need research into both sides of those. So how can we change staff and patient behaviour most effectively, and also as well as how can we develop new antibiotics.